item on June the 26th. And you know what happened on June the 26th? It sold out completely, every single can. So we were able to get a few back in stock tonight. It's our final quantities of the year. If this sells out tonight, you will not see this back on the air in 2020. So do know it did sell out, and it's one and only time on the air. It's back tonight, and what you've got is a classic red wine sangria. This is oh, Shane Tracy ready for some sangria. What's that? I did get a haircut today. I got all of them cut, not just a few of them. All right, so we're gonna do red wine and mix with that fresh cranberry, blood orange, and lemon juice. And you've got a delightful, sweet sangria. Serve it over ice, and you're getting 12 cans in this case. Something very special and something really very important. Now, if you're wondering where we can deliver this, well, almost all over the United States. Now, where you see a red shaded state, we deliver. Where you see a white shaded state, we do not. We deliver to 41 states, including Pennsylvania, and now the latest state to join the family is Oklahoma. So know we're going to be able to send these out, and they are perfect. Brian Doherty is joining us live via Skype. He's our vintage wine estates expert, and tonight he's talking to us about a little sangria. Brian, welcome back, buddy.
David, what better way to end the show than a can of sangria?
Oh, well, you sent me a case of this past week, and Brian, I have to say, it's phenomenal. It's fruity.
Isn't it great?
It's perfect for summer. It's refreshing. I served mine over ice, and it was just incredible. This is the kind of drink that you're going to love for these warm weather days.
Oh, it's so refreshing. You know, it's got our great California red wine to start with. We're all about the wine. And then the only thing that's in it is a little lemon juice, a little blood orange juice, some fantastic cranberry juice, and a little bit of effervescent, which keeps it light and sparkly. And it's just, I mean, as you say, I like it over ice. I've got mine in a little pool glass here. You can take this can with you wherever you want. You know, I've been a fan of sangria forever, David. But any recipe I have for sangria requires you to make a giant pitcher.
Yes.
What if somebody wants a sangria, somebody wants something else, or now we don't have as many people over. You can just pull out a can. They can enjoy it on their own. You can take it with you to the beach. It's just fabulous.
Well, pop this in your cooler. Take this with you on the go if you're going to be, I don't know, Mike out in your camper. Yeah, right. One of my camera guys, Mike, and his family have a camper. So maybe they'll go pull into the campground. They'll have all kinds of things loaded up into the RV. Yeah, exactly. So this is what it's all about.
And it's, the amazing thing is it's a little can, but this is equivalent of a half bottle of wine. It's 375 milliliters. You get 2.5 typical wine pours out of it, 5-ounce wine servings. And the other good thing about it, David, because we're just blending fruit juice into the wine, the lemon, the blood orange, and the cranberry, and the red wine, it's a little bit less in alcohol. It's about 8.5% alcohol. Wine is normally about 12. So it's also, as you're out there in the heat, you're at the beach. I mean, I think this is the perfect thing for sitting by the pool. It's a little bit lighter. It's got that nice sweet taste, and it's so refreshing.
And I just think if you're looking for something, and I find that when it's super hot, if I have a really strong cocktail, it's not quite as refreshing. I'm looking for something that is going to be refreshing, that I can serve over ice like this and enjoy in this heat that we're dealing with. I have about 1,500 of these sets left to go around, Brian. As you well know, we had to move heaven and earth to get this quantity in tonight. When
we had
it's
to
gone,
work pretty hard.
It's gone for the year. So we wanted to be able to bring this in. Now, you will get 12 of these cans. If you want to order them more than one set, feel free to do that. There is no limitation. But do know that the last and only time we had this on the air was when we debuted it in June on the 26th, and it sold out completely. So tonight we bring this in for you as our final salute to summer, and a great way for you to entertain if you are going to have a few folks over. I know we're not doing a lot of entertaining right now. Maybe it's family, maybe it's the few family members you have been together with during this time, and they really enjoy a great glass of wine, or in the summer, a great glass of sangria. But Brian makes an excellent point. If you're making sangria from scratch, and I've made it many times, you have to use a big pitcher. You end up making more than you need, and sometimes it gets consumed, sometimes it doesn't. Well, if Uncle Ralph is there, sometimes it does.
Yeah, it's a project.
Yeah, but it can be a whole lot of extra work, and sometimes there are leftovers that are not ever quite as good the next day. This is why you want to be able to enjoy this now and enjoy it anytime you want it. I love what Julia said earlier. It's sangria on the go.
That's it. That's it. And I got to tell you, David, we were so surprised when we first tasted this. We were at a giant wine tasting, and they came out with this little can. And, you know, wine tastings, they're pretty fancy-looking things. Somebody shows up with a can, and we tasted this. I was blown away. I was like, we have to try this summer. Shame on us. We didn't guess and bring in enough, but we got a little bit more.
Well, you know, Brian, every time I update us, another 200 cases have flown out the door, another 200 sets. We're now down to about 1,400 left. These are going very quickly, and I believe I heard you say 2 servings per can. Is that right?
2.5.
2.5 servings.
2.5 servings. Yeah. So while the can looks small, it holds exactly the same size as a half bottle of wine. That's 375 milliliters. That's 2.5 5-ounce servings.
And just perfect. And I love doing a sweeter wine over ice because I think it just balances it so nicely. As that ice begins to melt, it gives you a nice mixture.
Yeah, and as you sit outside or you're at the beach, you're at the pool, you know, you're outside for a longer period of time. So it's nice that it's a little bit less in alcohol. It's nice that it's refreshing. I just like sipping it over ice. I mean, it just seems to naturally go in a plastic pool glass to me.
Yeah, exactly. And when I tried the sample you sent me, I took a little fresh lime and squeezed it inside there to go along with the lemon, and it was wonderful. I think when you add a little more citrus to sangria, it's always a pleasure, right? Always always nice.
You can jazz it up however you like. Carol, you know, our good friend Carol there, she freezes fruits. So instead of ice cubes, you put little frozen cranberries and other little frozen fruits in it. It looks very fancy.
These are so great, and so many of us now are making this choice tonight, and I want to remind you that we have our final orders of the year in tonight with only 1,100 sets left to go around, and I have no auto delivery on this. We hope to do more sangrias next summer.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, this is all we could bring in for tonight, and when it's gone for the rest of 2020. So please go ahead and get yours now. We're getting busy on our phone lines. Lots and lots of you are saying, hey, wait a minute. Can't let the sangria sell out. We got too much warm weather in front of us. The rest of August into September, probably even into October, depending on where you live.
What a great Labor Day picnic. Right?
Be great for the summer barbecue if you're going to have a few friends over for a end of summer barbecue. Certainly not the summer we had anticipated, but nonetheless a great time, right?
Yeah. And David, they're aluminum cans. So when you're done, you can recycle them just like you would any other can.
And they're perfect that way. Let me also remind you now that we are looking at fewer than 1,000 left to go around. These are very popular, and everybody's making their choice now. Get your sangria. Again, this is a red wine blended with blood orange, cranberry, and lemon juice. Perfect for your end of summer celebration. And Brian, what a pleasure to have you back, buddy.
Cheers, David. It's been great.
Always a pleasure, sir. Take good care and be well. All right, that's going to wrap up our time tonight, and we wanted to share with you our little poem for tomorrow night's